There we go. Okay. So anyone that listened to the judges or watched the judges, the first example of Nefertiti Overdrive with Brian and James, we're going to finish off that. I just did a very quick overview, or summary, I should say, to the players. But again, the monk and the Spartan were with Amose, who's basically the kind of spy master for the pharaoh. And this is a tale. This comes off of a adventure, a one-pager adventure that had been provided to backers of the Nefertiti Overdrive Kickstarter as kind of example of things you could do with the game. And it also leads into the adventure that would be included in the Nefertiti Overdrive game had that backed. Now, so basically what had happened is in Amose's garden, at the end of the Judges of Ammit, they found out that the guy they thought was the leader wasn't actually the leader, but had been a criminal that had been arrested but somehow got out of custody. He's a known agent of the Lower Egyptian dynasty that's coming to attack this Kushite dynasty with Assyrian help. But before the person who arrested him returns, they need to figure out what's going on. The one clue is a tattoo, but before they could discuss it further, they had been attacked by a bunch of badass assassins. Turned out the assassins were not as badass as they thought because the Spartan and the monk wiped the floor with them. After that, they went. They caught a hint of someone who might have information, Sinisobe, also known as the Priestess of the Needle, who directed them to a young artist named Newatep, who grew up on the streets, who she had some mentor relationship with. And that's where we left the adventure at this time. So that's where we're going to be starting off. We're in the city of Waset, also known as Thebes, and the monk and the Spartan are going to go question Newatep about these tattoos. Okay, so guys, going to now when she directed where she told you Newatep's home is, she said he grew up on the streets. He's still basically living in a not so nice part of town. The Waset, Thebes, is a very large city. It's the capital of this dynasty, the Kushite dynasty, the Nubians, and he's kind of living. Well, like it's not a ghetto but it's the poorer area of town where mostly laborers and the untouchables live. So,
all right.
finding his now, how would you like to approach his hovel?
Let's see. I'm the Spartan. I'm just gonna walk right up and oh, well, let's see. Would I be expecting trouble here? I think I would. I'd be expecting trouble and prepared for that. So, bringing some of the mercenary guard with me, I'd kind of send them to surround any escape routes, but then just march right up.
All right.
And I'm just following behind, just sort of hands clasped behind my back, looking around, just keeping an eye out. Not too ruffled by anything.
There's nothing particularly out of the ordinary, except for the lack of interest, actually the lack of humanity around this area. No one seems to be around. Like generally, when you show up with the mercenary guard, people come out to look. No one's come out to look. You haven't actually seen anybody in this area. Since going through the little back alleys, getting to this area, you kind of notice the number of people that were on the streets, the number of people that were watching you, and I mean everyone gets out of your way, but they're always staring because like what the heck's going on? Kind of dwindled down until you kind of realize the last couple of blocks like around this hovel, and and again they're all pretty much hovels. There's no one really around. At least if they are, they're staying indoors. Now how? You're gonna knock, you kick down the door, you're gonna bash through the flimsy wall. Like, how do you want me to characterize?
Let's see. So I think I'm just gonna treat this like a routine. This is a routine part of my duty. So I'm going to knock on the door and announce that it's the captain of the mercenary guard. We are here to speak with Newatep. Come out.
And there's no response.
All right, then I'm going to kick down the door. Yeah, if there's no response, I'm going to kick down the door and again announce that this is the captain of the mercenary guard. I'm here to speak with Neotep. Come out.
Now, just a harken back to when we played this at Gen Con when Rob Justice, who does the Bear Swarm podcast and now Bear Swarm Radio, he was playing the Spartan, and when he decided to go through a door, he did it Jason Statham style, where you knock on the door so people come up and look through the eye hole thing, and when they're looking through the eye hole, all they see is you running towards them, and then go smashing through the door. So, but yes, I'm just going to imagine that in my mind as the Spartan goes through the door. But unfortunately, there's the only resident of this very small hovel. I mean, it's like barely a closet. There's a body on the floor, a young man.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm going to inspect and make sure that this person is dead, or discover whether dead or alive. If I can.
Yeah, he's dead. To the best of your knowledge, I mean, you've been on lots of battlefields, you've seen lots of bodies, and you've seen people very close to death, and you're pretty certain that this guy's dead. And he's got marks all along his neck, and actually on his palms as well. It looks like somebody tried to garroted him, and he was trying to fight it.
Right. I joined the Spartan in the hovel. It sort of kneel next to the body, and I look at the markings and go, well, it appears that we were a bit late.
It does appear that way. Does he have he has a bunch of tattoos? He's a tattooed person?
He does not.
He does not have any tattoos. Okay. So, but are we fairly certain that this is Neotep, or possibly someone else?
Like, he matches the description, but again, her description of him was not. It wasn't a.
It wasn't like police report detail.
Exactly. Right. It wasn't like an all-points bulletin suspect drawing kind of thing. He's a slight guy, average height, dark hair. She mentioned a scar on the back of his hand, and he does have that. So.
A scar on the back. Okay.
I look around. Are the tools of his trade here in the hovel?
Yeah, he's got a small leather satchel to collect his tools in that kind of rolls up, and that's there. He has very few. He has very little property and very few possessions, and basically there's some very rude furniture. Maybe a desk at which he can work. There's the tools of his trade, and there's like a mat on the floor, and that's kind of the entire floor. It's the ground, right? It's not like there's stone floor or anything. So there's like a mat on the ground, and on which he's laying, and that's about it.
So let's see. Can we tell how recently he was dead? I'm not an expert at this, but maybe if there's dried blood or still wet blood.
Again, as a soldier and someone who knows the battlefield, you realize that bodies cool and stiffen in death, okay. And you'd say he's been killed within a few hours.
I turn to the Spartan and say, shall I have the men canvass the area? See if they can find any information for us.
I was waiting for you to ask that. Yes, go ahead.
Of course. And I step outside and begin instructing the mercenaries present, pointing in various directions, telling them to go and don't harm anyone, but see if you can get any information you can.
Yep. And so they're off. They set off immediately to fulfill your commands.
So I want to inspect the body, see if there's anything. I don't know exactly what I would be looking for. I suppose my best guess at this point is that it was the the assassins or some branch of the assassins that we fought not too long ago.
Yeah.
But
The when you're checking out the body, you realize that his one hand is actually clutching at the mat, and rigor hasn't quite set in yet, but it's still very kind of tightly clutching the mat. So when you move him, it kind of pulls on the mat.
oh, so what is this mat? Just like a reed mat?
Yeah, just like a reed mat, cheap reed mat.
Okay. Is there something under the mat, perhaps?
When you look under there, you see that part of the dusty floor has been kind of cleared away, and there's actually a stone, a large flat stone underneath, on which there's a lot of different drawings in tattoo ink, and you notice a kind of a map of the City of the Dead. Now, the City of the Dead is the west side of the Nile, and the City of the Living, where you guys are, is on the east side. And the City of the Dead is where they have all the tombs for the kings and the queens and everything. And that's actually where you guys got attacked by the judges of Ammit, but these assassins guys in the preceding, the one-pager adventure that we'd provided for the Kickstarter. So and when you attacked the judges, their hideout was also in the City of the Dead, but on this representation, this map of the City of the Dead, there's a temple that you haven't been to that area. It's off where the tombs are, so generally people don't go there. So even if you were to, for example, if you were to escort the princess to a shrine or whatever, you wouldn't go into that area, which is very ceremonial, with superstitious taboos against it. But there's this temple there, looks not huge, but relatively large, like it would be noticeable, and it's marked with the scales of justice, which is very similar to the tattoo on the assassins.
Which is the same scales, but with a skull and a heart.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I'll look around the outside of the hovel. I just sort of circle it. I'm guessing there aren't really windows to speak of.
No.
Then pretty much just the door. So I step inside and I say to the Spartan, I believe that whoever killed this young man, he trusted them.
And why would you say that?
I don't see any other method of entry into this dwelling, and the door was closed and secure when we arrived.
I think you might be right. So, who would he have trusted? Who would he be meeting?
That's an excellent question. I wonder if he trusts these judges of Amet that he has been performing his services for enough
Yes.
to.
Perhaps it was a customer or an expected customer.
Most likely, someone tasked by the judges. Come here, pretend to require the tattoo of our order, and when they were let in, they did this.
And what do you make of the stone and the map?
That's interesting. How unusual, because of course we've been there before, but this temple that's marked with these scales, that's sort of off the beaten path, as it were.
Yeah, and it's a very similar design to these tattoos. I wonder. Well, perhaps we should go investigate.
That seems like it would be wise.
Right. Well, let's head there at once.
Absolutely.
Did you want to bring the mercenary guard with you?
Well, they're still canvassing the area, right?
Mm-hmm. And they're not having much luck. everyone denies seeing anything.
Gotcha. I'm going to stand over the young man's body for a moment, and I'm going to say say a quick prayer to ensure his soul departs peacefully.
Cool.
I'm going to talk to the mercenary guard, and if they're not having luck, I'll instruct them to be a bit firmer with the locals than perhaps they've been. Somebody surely saw something, and they give them some authorization to use the carrot and the stick in this case. To try and coax
You've
more
been
in.
the good cops. Now go out and be the bad cops.
Yeah, right. Make sure they know that as soon as they tell us something, then the cops won't get any worse. And
then the beatings will stop. There's kind of an old lady that's standing there as kind of a witness to you saying this, and that's when she starts blurting out that there were men in dark cloaks who arrived just a few hours ago. Newatep seemed to know them. They went inside. She thought she heard a struggle, and then they left. And that, in her description of the matches, the assassins that attacked you in Amlose's garden.
Oh, perfect.
I step up to her and I gently clasp both her hands in mine and I say, "Thank you very much."
She's still a little bit too shaken to say anything. The thought of the mercenary guards getting rough, she probably needs a change of pants right now.
I pretend not to notice.
I am okay with that.
This suits my purposes.
This works. You know, they didn't even have to get rough, so that's great. That works out.
Just the mere threat. Kind of like the Mongols. It's like, remember what we did with those last 3 towns that didn't surrender? Right, we surrender. Sorry.
Well, good. In that case, we're all done here, and we can bring the mercenary guard with us and go investigate this temple.
Absolutely, that sounds great. So, is there a ferry service that can take us across the Nile?
Yeah, I mean, you're servants of the royal house, so I mean, you can just. There are boats that go across. I mean, there's actually a lot of boats on the Nile, both because of the war effort and just naturally. I mean, it's the highway of Imperial Egypt, so yeah, it's very easy for you to get a boat across. Boom.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Before we do leave, though, is there anything that we would do with this body? Like, would we call some sort of local body person? I don't. I'm not sure.
It's 1-800 corpse disposal service.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure exactly what the disposal method would be, but there would definitely be every city had someone to clean up the bodies.
So. All right. Well, then I'd send someone from the mercenary guard to take care of those things and make sure that the man is treated properly and appropriately buried and everything.
Treated how we generally treat street trash, right?
Yes, whatever that situation may be.
So now the picture that you've got is my wonderful map of the desert, and that's kind of what the temple would look like, but it's mostly covered in sand. So, which is why when you arrive at the place on the map and you find the temple, you realize that there is a way to access it, but you're actually kind of going into a cave, and most of the temple itself is covered.
And we don't have. You said that this has some spiritual significance. Would we have reservations about going in here? Or is this making us nervous, or should it?
Yeah, like because you believe that not that the dead walk, but that the dead influence like life and activities and luck and fate in the living world. Being in the city of the dead itself is a little bit disconcerting, but as part of your duty. I mean, the judges are a pretty dangerous enemy for the royal house, and they seem to be. In the last adventure, it seemed that they were allied with the Lower Egyptian dynast that's coming to attack. So
Okay.
this is almost like what do they call it? Fifth column. Enemy sabotage within the capital.
Oh, okay. Well, that's perfect. I'm stoic anyway, so I would pretend and act exactly the same regardless, but
Yes, very true.
and follow this through. But,
Yes,
okay.
and I'll be walking along. I'm sure it's since it's a cave. I imagine it's dark enough. Is the cave deep enough that we would need like a torch or a lantern to continue in?
Yes. Well, what time of day would you go there? It was night, so I mean, it might almost be morning. Or if you, I mean, what time do you want it to be? Do you want it to be night? Do you want it to be day?
Well, I would imagine that we would be following up on it immediately, and I
Yeah.
think that it would be more fun to raid the temple in the City of the Dead at
At
night.
night. Yes. I think that's very appropriate. We're going to go at night because
Very cool.
we had to. We had no choice.
So the interesting thing is, I mean, it is extremely dark, but because it's open and there's moonlight and starlight and everything, you're actually able to navigate your way without torches and that. And you notice that somewhere inside, it's probably not directly inside, but somewhere in there is something burning and casting out light that you can kind of faintly see. Because I mean, it is darkness right now. You don't have your own illumination. You can tell that somewhere inside there something is burning. There's a torch or a fire or something.
I'm going to signal to the monk to very quietly see if you can see what it is.
Absolutely, I will step forward softly into the darkness. No, I will pause a moment before approaching the light, before getting too close to the light, and just sort of say aloud to the spirits around us, do not mind us. We are merely passing through, as you once were. And I move on toward the light, and is the light coming just from in the cave? Does it appear to have the sort of shining from around a bend in the cavern?
Okay, so are you on the map now with the tokens?
I'm looking.
Yes.
Oh yes, here we are.
See the tokens.
I had to scroll around a bit to pin it down. There we are. Ooh.
Okay, so you can see the two dudes to your right, and okay, let me see if I can do this thingy thing. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Aha. There. Okay. So that opening past the two guys, that's where the light is coming from, and you can kind of see them because of their backlit.
Ah, I see.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to just clear this. There.
Oh, is this some fog of war type stuff?
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Roll20?
That's pretty
That's
cool.
pretty awesome.
Now, they are not going to be able to see you.
Yes, I'm keeping low and close to the wall to make sure to stay out of sort of visual range, and I see them, and I see the two the individuals waiting there, backlit, and I move back to the Spartan, and I say, there are individuals up ahead who are decidedly alive. I don't believe they belong here.
Well, as captain of the mercenary guard, I'm fairly certain that anyone here is enemy, and yeah, I don't think I'm going to give them the chance to talk. I'm gonna take the element of surprise. So uh, send the monk and probably send a couple of mercenary guard guys forward to try and quietly dispatch these people, and I too will run into the room, uh, attempt to quietly dispatch them as I can. Oh, cool! We got a mercenary there.
Ooh.
You said a couple, right?
Yeah,
There we go.
I think 4 against 2 is a fair fight.
Alrighty. So, what these guys are going to do, the way we're going to work our mercenary boys here, is that they're going to attach themselves to one of you. So one mercenary will support the monk and one mercenary will support the Spartan, and that will give you, let me just check, that will give you an extra D8.
Ooh.
Ooh, very nice.
So, how would you like to run this?
Well, I will go ahead because I've been requested by my captain to step forward and assist in dispatching these men. So I am going to step forward, and I'm going to duck around. These appear to be columns along the edge of the darkness. I'm going to dart along behind the columns. There near the bottom. I'm going to go after the guy who's straight ahead of me.
Okay.
And I'm going to step out from behind the column, from behind the columns, and I am going to put a hand around.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Hello!
All right. Suddenly. Well, let's see. Maybe I should go ahead and have words with this fine fellow first. So, as I'm moving around to flank the ones ahead of me, I come across the one skulking there in the darkness.
Yep.
And he is just as surprised as I am, I think.
I believe so. If not more so.
Yes. And I glance down at the weapon he's holding, up the cloak he's got, and then I grip him by the shoulders and I swap places with him just very quickly. And I say, "You never saw a thing." And then I begin hammering at him with my fists. Dust begins to shake off of the pillars nearby.
Just so you know, he actually represents 4. So
Fantastic.
I threw on the extras there.
So I grab one of them and shuffle him out of the way and say, "You never saw a thing." And then I turn around and the other 3 are standing there. And that's when I go, "Very well." And that's when I start lashing out furiously with my fists and my feet.
Excellent.
In all directions. So let's see. I think I'm looking at the Deadly Clown.
Yep.
So let's see. I'm gonna have to remember how this works. So
for your niche and I even have the character sheets with me.
Right, I've got
Creation elements. You'll be able to use the higher of the 2 dice.
fantastic. So I have my deadly clown
Yep.
and D10 for this is going to be lightning fists.
Yep.
And let's see, for my trait, I was aiming for social. I'm not sure if I hit it.
Yeah, because with all the
Okay.
the talking. Yeah.
Excellent. So that's a D10. And I was also aiming for empowered by looking death in the face and laughing at it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Fantastic. All right. So now I get to remember /roll. And these explode, right?
Correct.
Fantastic. So 2d10 exclamation point plus 2d8 exclamation point. Let's see if that works.
And you get another D8 because of the guy backing you up, right?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, and I get another d8. Fantastic. So let's see here. Oh, dang. All right. and I will go ahead and roll that other d8. The 3D dice are freaking me out. I just turned those on this time. And it's just like, what? So, okay. Looks like I've got 7 on a d10, a 7 and a 6.
Yep.
D10. And then I have a 7 and an 8. And then that one exploded, and I got a 2 from it. And then I have another D8 with a 3.
Right.
All right. So, and you're the GM, so you set initiative, right?
That's right. So I'm just going to see if I remember how to do this thing. Okay. Okay. So they've got 3d6 that explode, and oops, 1d8 that explodes. Okay, did I do that right? Yep. Okay, cool. Oh, and of course the d8 explodes. Okay. So their d8 got 8 and 1. And then their d6s got 1, 4, and 5. So it looks like what your initiative is going to be is 5.
All right, so my initiative is going to be 5. So, I will go ahead and spend the D10 with the 6 to win initiative.
Okay.
Let's see. And then...
So I'll be setting, because these are the passive characters, I'll be setting the success, and that is going to be 13.
All right. So that will be 13. Okay. I'm looking at how you're distributing these. Interesting. All right. So for my successes, for success, I'm going to use my 2 7s.
Oh, no, save your d10.
Oh, you want to save the D10? Oh, that's right. For
effect
the
at the end. Yep.
Yes. So I'll use the 2 D8s, so that gives me 15.
Yep.
And let's see.
You can get
So that will
you can
give
get 2
me-
successes.
Oh, that's right. Let's see, because it was set at
Oh no,
13.
it's just one.
Okay, so it's just one. But if I hold back that D8, I can use it to. Is it possible to use that to buff up this D10 that I'm holding back?
Yeah, you can. I mean, so there's a couple ways you can do this. You're going to need 3 successes against these guys
All
to
right.
remove them entirely. Now, if you're not worried about having an effect, then you can hold back one of your D8s because that's what he's holding back, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can hold back the 2 on the D8 and that gives you 14, 22, 25. That would give you 2 successes. That's one way of doing it.
Gotcha.
The other way of doing it is saying, no, I'll just take my success, the 15, which will do the trick, and I'm going to use my 2d8s to make a d10. Yeah, oh man, you can't get over d12. That's too bad.
Hmm. So I can't get it up to that D12.
Well, you can get d12, but you can't get above that. I was thinking try to make, because a d8 won't modify a d12. It needs to be just one die type below.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
taking a D8 to the D10 will make it a D12, but then you've got this D8 that really doesn't like do anything. So, but you still get D12, so that'll be a 4. Like,
Yeah. And that'll help out.
yeah,
So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and take my one success with the
yep,
15 from the 7 and the 8 on the D8s, and
yep,
then I'm going to hold back the D8 with the 3 and the D10 with the 7.
sweet. So, yep, you've got one success. We'll say one of these guys. How do I do that again? Do you guys see that?
Oh yes, yes,
The skull and
the
crossbones?
skull and crossbones.
There we go.
Yeah.
So yes, the guy that you played the little trick on is maybe the guy that got dropped, and there's probably at least one other who's hurting, if he's not down entirely.
Very nice. And I like the way you made that swap, so have a luck.
Yay!
Well done.
That's right. We can give each other luck. Fantastic.
The other guy's freaked out. There we go. Okay, so on to the Spartan.
All right.
I inflict a condition
That's right,
Okay.
D4.
on them, don't I? Let's see. D4. Uh, what would be good? I'm hunting for something that I haven't used before for these guys because I confuse people a lot.
Do you want him confused?
How about disoriented?
There we
Because I
go.
just came at them out of nowhere.
Disoriented. Yep, D4 disoriented. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so for the Spartan.
All right. So I was expecting them to pop out of the shadows, and when they don't, um, I assume that something bad has happened, and I come in anyway, and can look over and see that you seem to have it well in hand. But because I am dedicated to those I lead, I want to make sure this doesn't get any worse. So I'm going to direct myself and the guy with me to kind of come in between the 2 guys in black and the monks, that you just have the 4 and you don't have anyone else to deal with. Yes.
Excellent.
So move that in there, and because I am the captain of the mercenary guard, I can direct this guard here to kind of work in excellent tandem. So as I'm swinging my spear and kind of disorienting this guy who's fighting us, so is the guard, and we're working together to keep him on his toes and wait for that critical strike when I can sweep the legs out from under him and knock him to the floor and just
Sweep the
jump on
leg.
top of him and kind of take care of that advantage.
Do you guys know what a Chinook helicopter looks like?
No.
That's the one that has the twin
The
rotors.
twin rotors, the twin massive
okay.
rotors.
Yeah.
That's what I'm envisioning. The two
Yeah.
of you kind of approaching with these twin rotor things, like kind of backing away, like what the fuck?
just spinning blades of death.
Yeah, that's the plan. Is as like he's swinging expecting that high block, and I'm watching his swings as well as my opponent, and so going in for the low hit when
Oh,
that
dude, this
happens.
would make such an awesome visual. Like the one guy, like both of you swinging kind of in tandem, and the spears are like swinging up, and then his kind of follows and then goes down. There's like this almost daisy wheel. Oh, that would be an amazing visual. That's cool. Okay, I like
That is.
And
That is once again full Zack Snyder. I love it.
yeah, exactly. And probably with the speed at which they're spinning, like dust is coming up, and
Yeah.
their cloaks are like billowing back. Awesome. So yeah, so definitely, you've hit your captain and your perfect soldier, and you're probably going physical. I would
Yes,
say.
physical.
And you've already pointed out how dedicated those he leads. So yeah, so that's 2d10, 2d8.
All right, and then
plus-
another one.
Yep.
All right. 3d8. All right.
Now, if I had any luck, I'd be buying that one off you, but I don't. So.
Ah.
I was about to say I knew that when the one popped up that there's
Yep.
that possibility.
That's right. I had forgotten about that. Okay.
Now, also, I mentioned to James. I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it. You have 4 luck, and James still has 3. So
Okay.
if you want to re-roll that one, you can.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
All right, to a 4. That's better.
That's better.
So I'm down to 3 luck.
And James is actually up to 4 because you gave him 1. Okay.
Woo!
Now let's see about these boys. Oh, and there's only 2 of them, so we're up down to 4d6. That's interesting. So 2 1s, a 2, a 6, and a 3. Yeah, I think you're going to. It's going to be a little bit of a slaughter here.
This is going to be brutal.
So the initiative is going to be 3.
Okay. So I'll beat that with my, I guess the 4 on the D10. Well, probably the 5 on the D8.
Yeah, I think that's what I would go with. Yeah. And then for for success, we're looking at 9.
All right. So I will. Well, let's see. I can in total put down 26 if I don't reserve anything.
We have to keep 1 die back for effect.
I have to. Okay.
Right. So I mean, you probably keep that D10, but that still means you get 22.
22.
So
Which
that's
is
2
sick
successes.
damage.
That's still 2 successes. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so I will do that. Keep that.
And then you still have a D10 back, so you still do D4, a D4 condition.
Consequence.
Yeah.
Oh, condition. Yeah. And I'm going to put as
Oh,
this.
sorry. There's only 2 of them. No. Well, again, you can still put the condition on them, but
Okay.
they're removed from the scene. There's only 2 of them, so they only needed
that's
2
right.
successes. So they're removed from the scene, and you can still again put the condition on them if you like, in case you want to, talk to them later or do whatever. These guys are going to be much easier to deal with than the other guys because
All
they're
right.
here. So if you want to put a condition on them.
Yeah, I'm just going to put the condition of just like, I guess amazed would be the because they're just standing there, they don't see anybody, and then two guys come in with these whirling spears
Dude,
and
I didn't
just
even think of that. Like,
clobber them in no time. So
total dirt. The cool thing is, what they probably would have seen first was the light from behind them glinting off your spearheads as they're firing through the air. Suddenly, the dust is being like blown up and everything, and then into their field of vision step the two of you, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then it's all over.
and then it's all over. Yeah. So that.
As quickly as it began.
That wasn't fun. Okay, now just so you know, out of the shadows.
Oh no.
Well, we can get rid of this guy. Oh, how do you get rid of him? Oh, that works. Okay. There. Okay. So yeah, so out of the shadows leap more of them. It's not over yet. But we're back to the monk.
All right. Let's see here. So I am in the middle of this group of soldiers that were skulking in the darkness.
Right.
So I will. Let's see. Okay, got it. Here's what I'm going to do. Two of the guys who are closest to me, I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to, I'm going to pause briefly in the flurry of blows that I'm dealing to them. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to grab two of them by their sword hands.
Yep.
And in the darkness, I'm going to briefly make them fence each other. and then I'm going to wrench the swords from their hands. I'm going to smack them in the face with the pommels of their own swords. Plant both the swords in the wall. Leap. Use them as a stair step to bound up the wall and into the third guy. and I am going to tell him, I think that you have a little too much warm blood in your veins to be here. And I think most of the people here would agree.
Very nice. There you go. Yeah, definitely your 2d8, 2d10.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like the
Thank
running
you.
up the wall. So have another luck.
Thank you. Oh, and I was going to give you a luck too for the Chinook maneuver.
There we go. Already added. Good. So James, you're at 5 luck, and Brian, you're at 4.
All right.
Fantastic. So I have my let's see, 2d10 plus. So is my mercenary buddy? Is he just an insta bonus?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Basically, he's applying his element of or his trait of physical.
Gotcha. So he's there, and as I'm bounding over to have words with the other guy, he's confronting the two who have been disarmed.
Right, like in the moment where you're doing your little monologue, he's got the other two at spear point, right? So he's kind of covering your back and allowing you to do your like deadly clown antics without fear of being backstabbed.
and I appreciate that presence very much. So all right, 2d10 and 3d8. Here we go.
Oh, not bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
7.
So I've got 5 and a 7 on my old D10s,
Mm-hmm.
and I've
Oh,
got.
and don't forget your D4 for
Oh,
disarray.
that's right.
Oh, right.
Got 5, 4. Now, do condition dice? Do they explode also?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Well, crap.
Well, no, that's actually, it's interesting. That works out well because I have to buy that.
Oh, that's true.
I have a luck. You just made me buy a D4 for the threat pool.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, good.
All right. Sweet.
Now you can spend one of your die or one of your luck if you want to re-roll that. It's up to you.
You know what? I do have plenty of luck, so I will go ahead and spend that
Okay.
and see if I can get a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
All right. That's a significant improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see for.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
They did not do so well.
That was a good maneuver. They were not prepared for that.
Not at all. So, your initiative is going to be 3.
All right. I'll go ahead and use the 4 on my D8
Yeah.
for my initiative to win.
And then so the success is going to be 9.
Right. Let's see. So that I'm going to hold back. So if that's a 9. I have a 7, 10, 15, 22. How much over
Yep.
do I have
That'll do it.
to get a double?
Yeah, you
That'll
need
get the
7
remaining
over.
2.
So yeah.
All right. So yes, I will use my my D8 with the 7, and then the D8 with the 5, my D4, and the D10 with the 7
Perfect.
to devastate them.
This is them being devastated.
Yes.
There we go. Okay, sweet. So, the Spartan and his assistant are facing off against these 4 guys.
Those 4 guys. All right, so I'm going to direct my guard again using the training that we've worked on. Direct him to go back into the columns and behind these 4 guys. So he's gonna kind of stay behind, and I'm gonna stay out front, and keep their attention on me because I don't want him to be injured. He's gonna perform the critical strike, but I'm going to keep all of their attention on me. So all they can see as they're facing me is I'm still spinning my spear and making a big show of hitting their shields and knocking their swords whenever I can, so that they can't turn away. But out of the corner of their eyes, they can still see his spearhead glinting in the little bit of fire. So they just see that glinting between the columns, and none of them know where it's going to strike until at last it comes out and just brings one of them down when he's completely unaware.
Excellent.
Or at least, hopefully, it will do that.
This is the plan. And for your drivers?
For my driver, so I've got dedicated to those he leads because I'm trying to keep the attention on me and off of the
Perfect.
the other guy, and physical.
Yep. Excellent.
So.
Yep. So again,
and then perfect soldier and captain of the mercenary guard.
Yeah, I think you explained this all very well. So again, 2d8, 2d10.
All right.
And don't forget your extra d4. Oh no, these guys haven't been you haven't met up with them yet, so they're all new and exciting.
And I get another d8 for the guard.
Mercenary. Yep.
Okay. Oh wow.
Oh dang.
Excellent.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Are you sure? 'Cause, you
Yeah,
know,
that's fine.
you can re-roll any of those.
Man, check that out.
Okay, so let's see for these dudes. Boom, there we go. Okay, not as bad as I thought, but pretty bad.
Okay, good.
So let's see, we got a 4, 5, 3, and a 1. Alrighty. So the initiative is going to be 5.
Okay, and I'll spend one of my 6 on a D8 to
Okay.
take care of that.
And then it looks like, oh yeah, yeah. So 7
And I
for
have
success.
27.
Yeah, flawless victory.
Damn.
I'm just imagining the scene in the movie where, again, like you were saying, in the back you can kind of see the spinning between the columns of light, and then you forward, and the camera kind of pans away to a column that's kind of barely illuminated, and there's just like splatters of blood all over it.
Yeah, these guys, you see them all standing there, and I'll run over and ring one of the shields, and he'll just fall, and then I'll come over to another one.
uh, I love that. Have a luck.
No,
That's
thank you.
rad. Like, I, I, I just love the idea of like, because like you're basically like pulling an arrow flame. You're not like actually trying to hurt them,
Yeah,
and you're just keeping their attention.
But in the end, it really hurt.
it
It
really
it
did.
hurt a great deal. It hurt about as much as a spear between the ribs, I think.
Yeah.
So you guys have successfully removed all opposition. And what would you like to do next?
Very good. Uh, so I'm going to direct the two guards down to just stand kind of at the end of those pillars and make sure no one else comes through from the door that we see.
Here?
Yeah, they can kind of hide behind the pillars, so that they should be able to see things, right? Because the light's coming out of there, so
Mm-hmm.
they should be able to see any shadows very easily.
Yep. So what they see, they tell you. Yeah, so they can see another room with columns, and they don't see anyone in it.
Great. All right. Well, then I think I'll ask the monk again to find out find out some information about who these people are. I mean, we assume that see what we can find, I guess.
Absolutely. I will. I will go to one of these fine gentlemen, who I'm sure is completely respectable and upstanding
Of
when
course.
he is not being a devious assassin hiding in the necropolis.
By the way, the in your second round, they only held back a D6, and you held back a D10. So you have another D4 of. You can either increase disoriented to D8, or it can do another condition at D4.
Oh, that's true. I think I'll go ahead and increase disoriented to D8,
Okay.
so I may have words with one of them actually.
I think that would make the most sense. So here we go. Boom. There we are. Okay. So now you will, if you want to explain to me what you're trying to get from them and how you intend to do it.
Absolutely. To begin with, I am actually very concerned about the death of this young man, who was apparently an aspiring artist who sort of got caught up in a bad crowd. So I would like to know exactly why he had to die. Will be my first inquiry.
Okay. So, if you want to couch that in the, give me a scene of how you're doing it, or if you want to explicate how you're doing it, just again to get those high dice.
Absolutely. So I am going to tell the one remaining one of the gentlemen, the one who I actually spoke to earlier, and I'm going to again prop him up against a pillar because that is my standard method of interrogation. And as he's he's sort of dazed, but I still want to make sure that he doesn't get away. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one of the swords that I used as a step in the wall out of the wall, and I'm going to run it through his cloak and into the pillar.
Okay.
And so I'm going to have a seat in front of him, and I'm going to say, let me tell you a story. This is the story of a young man who loved his art, and his art was the making of fine tattoos. And this young man met some individuals who I am afraid did not have his best interests at heart. And he came to an unfortunate end. And that end is a mystery because he was a simple tattoo artist and posed no threat to these men that he fell in league with. So I would like to ask you, my boy, what do you think the answer to this riddle is? Why do you think the young tattooist had to die?
Excellent. So you can take your, yeah. So just be your 2d8 and 2d10. The
Because I'm tapping into kind philosopher, father confessor. So I'm looking at social, and I don't know if I'm laughing at that. I think that might be more still waters run deep.
yeah, I think so.
So I've got a D8, D6. Let's see.
2d8, d10, d6.
That seems right.
Um,
D10.
also on the YouTube.
2D10.
2d10. Okay.
Yes.
Brian, do you know someone whose YouTube handle is Kyle Plays MC?
Nope.
Okay, because the comments that we've got on the YouTube are Kyle Plays MC saying hi, and then Brian is totally not hot, and then hi Brian, say hi if you read this, big smile, and then frowny face, Brian's not saying hi to me, and then Brian, say hi.
What the?
Okay.
What the hell?
Brian, can you say hi, please?
Hi.
There, Kyle Plays MC.
Kyle Plays MC. Hold on. Oh, I know someone named Kyle. So if this is the person who I think is named Kyle, or who I think it is, who is named Kyle, then definitely hi. And otherwise, a more confused hi.
Otherwise, I'm kind of nervous. And there's yeah. So for the Hangout page, we also have people saying hi whom I don't actually know them. So hello people watching on Google Hangout. Hope this is an interesting Thursday night for you. Now,
hey everybody.
so if you want to roll the dice, James.
I would love to. So let's see what these tell me.
And don't forget your extra D8 for disoriented.
Oh, yes, right. If I can remember how to... There we go.
Sweet.
Yeah! All right.
Oh, nice.
Very
Oh,
nice.
dang. All right. I got a 4 and an 8. And then I got a 4 on the D6. I got 3. And then an 8. And another 3.
Okay, now this guy
Excellent.
is all by his lonesome. He doesn't have his buddies backing him up anymore, so he's actually at 3d6 and 1d4. So this looks to be, unless there's a lot of things exploding here, is not going to be pretty. Actually, for what he had,
Oh,
it isn't too
Yeah,
bad.
that's good.
that's actually pretty good.
Okay, so the initiative is going to be 4.
You're so uncertain about that. It's just, 4, I guess. Like,
Actually, that kind of screws you.
Yeah, it does.
that does a little bit because I'm gonna have to spend a couple of dice
Yeah,
to get up past that.
that actually wasn't a
So
bad choice.
so no, it actually was. So I'll take my two d8s that have 3s on them
Alrighty,
for 6 to win initiative.
very cool. And then the the success is going to be 7.
Oh boy. All right. So let's see. So 7. So I can muster up 16, 20.
Yep, which is going to be enough because again he's solo. So
Gotcha.
you don't need 3 successes, so 2 successes is going to do it. And you still
Woohoo!
have a 10 back, and he had a 6 back. So you can turn that disoriented into D12, or you can do another D4.
I'll go ahead and he just got pinned to a wall with just got pinned to a column with a sword, with a
Yep.
short sword. So I'm gonna go ahead and dial up that disoriented.
All
He
right.
can he's having a rough night.
This is not good. He's not even sure where he is anymore.
Guy pops out of nowhere, stabs the wall, runs up the wall. Next thing he knows, he's being told some kind of story.
it's just like, I don't know. Is this an allegory? I'm not. Do I know what an allegory is? I don't know. Man.
Maybe we shouldn't be hanging out in the city of the dead. Maybe
Yeah,
that was a bad idea.
maybe it wasn't a great idea to follow Thad into the necropolis.
I'm never doing that again. This sucks. Okay, so now basically what he tells you, he kind of clues into where your story is going and what you're referring to. So the explanation is that it was time to tie off loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
That and they know that it was you guys that had attacked their old headquarters. The only thing that could lead back to them, they believed, was Newatep. And so at the same time that they sent their assassins to remove Amose, they sent them to remove Newatep.
I see.
That it won't matter soon anyways because the Lower Egyptian dynast will be here soon, and then it's all going to be over.
And I nod to him and say, "We shall see about that, my friend."
You might not see. I'm going to see you. I don't think you're going to see anything. It really depends on how you want to leave him.
No, I'm not going to. I will simply just leave him pinned to the column,
Good enough.
unless my commanding officer wishes otherwise.
Yeah,
So-
so I think my loyalty to the house and hearing that these are a betrayal of another dynasty. I've just as you're doing this interrogation, I've just been going around and killing all of the people who aren't quite dead yet. Just kind of methodically, like, okay, none of you get to live. This is your punishment for.
There we go.
Welcome to the city of the dead.
So I will look to you then, and we can have a moment of silent communication where I determine if he should live or die. And you may tell me either way.
I'm gonna say he dies. Yeah, I have
right.
no sympathy.
Absolutely.
Wait! I told you everything. Wait.
I turn to him and I say, may soft winds guide you to a better place. And in one swift motion, the sword comes out of the wall. I spin around, and he does not have a head anymore.
Whoop. There we go.
And then I plant the sword in the ground and dust my hands off.
I am reminded of the movie Commando. Remember, Sully, when I said I'd kill you last? That's right, Matrix, you did. I lied. Remember when I said you could live if you answered my questions? That's right, you did. I lied.
Yep, basically.
Shook. Alrighty, so what comes next?
All right. I would love nothing more than to delve deeper into this subterranean complex, because
Yes.
clearly there are shady dealings taking place here, in both a figurative and a literal sense, because it is rather dark.
I think someone's fishing for luck.
That hadn't even. I was just being a smartass. I wouldn't even.
I like it, and there might be. We're in the city of the dead. There could be shades. So.
That's very
Boom.
true.
It works on
Right.
so many levels.
Multi-leveled humor. I guess it depends on how many fulcrums your humor has, if it can be levered. Hey-o.
Here all week.
I'm here all week. Try the deal.
Don't forget to tip your waitress. So you guys going into the next roomy room?
Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
head on to the next room.
Okay, now I need to find all your character things. Actually, we don't need to in this one because, huge surprise, there's actually nothing in this room. This is the hall. It's pretty common to most temples, and it's filled with frickin' columns.
Dang.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to, based on the last room, I'm going to make sure that we sweep this room very carefully for people being lurking and surprised in the columns. And we don't find anybody, but
Definitely searching, and the I'm gonna throw you on anyways. Boom and boom. Oh, better. There we go. Oh, and your two mercenary buddies.
Mhm.
Oh, their tokens disappeared. That's interesting.
No.
Here's the mercenary token that I found. What the fuck is that?
What the? That looks like something out of Star Wars.
It
Yeah, I'm
is
pretty sure.
mercenary. Yeah, mercenary. I spelled it right.
That's
You look
super
different.
weird. It's just the mercenary shop. You seem different. Did you get a haircut?
It really suits you.
It looks
by the way,
good.
Rubber tank? When did that happen?
I do like those lasers.
The lasers are a nice development.
That is crazy. Hang on, just to see if it's possible. Okay, I spelled it right. Oh, darn. I put in Boba Fett just to see if we can.
Aw.
How about Bounty Hunter? Not really. No. Too bad. Okay. Anyways, that was just being silly. Oh, this is interesting. This is a token for Bounty Hunter. Oh, where'd it go?
like the blaster?
Yeah. There it is. Okay. That's a token for Bounty Hunter. Weird.
That's awesome.
Well, we'll take one of those two. That's fine.
Oh, even better. This one for Bounty Hunter. The Rick Deckard gun from Blade Runner.
Yes!
Okay.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
Such a good movie.
I need to rewatch it.
The director's cut.
The director's cut.
Yeah, strongly suggest. One of the things I love, I'm way behind on my video games. I'm just I've completed. I've gone through Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. But my favorite part of Fallout New Vegas is you can actually have that gun,
Ooh.
and it's called That Gun.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And I honestly I don't know if they did any research on firearms and actual like bullets and calibers and the difference between a rifle cartridge and a pistol cartridge, because you have basically an M4. You've got a carbine, a 5.56 carbine, and the pistol, that gun, takes the same cartridge. It's a 5.56 NATO cartridge, which is a rifle cartridge.
Holy crap.
Somehow the pistol does more damage than your M4. To me, that makes no sense. But anyways, whatever. It's a cool gun, so I'm not going to complain.
That is the definition of a hand cannon.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally. But anyways, back to the game. There's always at my table there are always these little diversions onto strange and weird topics. So
That's a part of the game.
absolutely. So I guess what we shall do is head to the next room, where I need to go to the next room too. There we go. Where I can place. Okay, where are your tokens? There we go.
I realized belatedly that I should have squared off my profile picture for Roll20 because it's all squished and weird.
It's all good.
I mean, like, the photograph was going to be really bizarre to begin with. It just makes it worse. That was actually from when I was I was taking a picture to show my friend the new glasses that I had just got.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Because I had the previous pair of glasses for like 2 years. Like I'd had them for ages, and then one day while I was cleaning them, the frame just snapped, and it was the worst possible timing because it was like 7 o'clock at night, and it was the middle of December, so it was pitch black outside, and I had to get from work to home, which was like a 20-minute drive. So I had to tape the frame back together long enough to be able to get home, and then I had to find a place where I could go in on a Saturday to get an optometrist appointment.
That worked? Oh my gosh. Loads of fun.
Yep, it was good times.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get this map and your tokens. Are you guys there? Are you on?
Yeah, I see.
See the merc?
I see our two mercs.
Okay.
Chilling. I'm trying to figure out.
Boom! There we go.
It looks like they're both holding enormous fans. I'm sure that's not what that's supposed to be.
I'm actually not sure what that is.
Like I think it might be It might be like a horn or something, or maybe it is a bouquet. They're just really
Yeah,
classy.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's okay.
you know what it's supposed to be? What I think it's supposed to be, because this. Hang on, let me get rid of one of these guys. This seems to be the top-down view. It looks like they're like the gladiators that have the nets.
Oh, okay. It's a
Uh,
net. I
Yeah,
got you. So it's
it's
like
like
a
a chain link
gladiatorial.
net. Oh, here's another image of them. Kind of see it there. It's like it's
I
a
got you.
chain link net. Well, okay, so maybe what we'll do is this will be the mercenary guard. There you go.
I'm 100% okay with this.
Okay. There we are.
Now they got a haircut.
Yeah.
Now.
Wait, there's something
Yeah, it's like-
different about you.
Like now I'm 100% sure you did something to your hair.
um, Wrath of Khan callback. It's still regulation. But okay. So here you are, and you finally see where the light is coming from.
Ooh.
Boom. Now, do they have a little flame thingy that we can use? Oh, okay, cool. Boom. There we go. Good.
Oh.
This guy standing next to this altar flame does not seem like good news.
No, it does not.
Now, that's just a representation of a particularly badass dude. So
Gotcha.
he's not actually
Cool.
like some kind of. I wonder if there's a token for badass dude. Hang on.
just typing badass dude into the search field.
Yep, no results found.
Oh.
Just badass.
How about just bad dude? Or bad enough dude?
And that's what we get. That's what we get for badass.
Okay.
I'm not even.
I'm not sure what that is. This is a guy in pajamas or something.
With a stick.
A guy in footy pajamas with a baseball bat.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna make him badass. You guys are in trouble now.
Oh!
I am worried about that.
This concerns me.
Actually, the Spartan is like, okay, you have two sticks. I don't really understand what's going on here.
I'm not terribly worried. Why is that one shooting fire? This is not good. Okay, there. So make him look like badass, bad dude, badass.
All
Dude.
right.
And yeah, so that's like a shrine with a bunch of torches around it, and that's what's giving off the light.
Gotcha.
All right. So,
Is,
as
is
we
it a
walk
sh-
in, what? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to ask if it was a kind of shrine that we recognize. If it's just your sort of standard issue necropolis tomb shrine.
Yeah, so the shrine would be kind of a standard one. Trying to think of the term in altar, like an altar. But in this particular case, it's different because of the icons that are on it, and the icons generally you would have like the actual gods. Well, this has the icons of Ammit, so the measure of souls, which is generally not a good thing.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good. All right, and as we enter this bad guy, he notices us. He's like
Yes.
watching us. All right, I will stand up, looking as menacing as I can, as a captain of the mercenary guard. I will, kind of get my guards to align in order behind me, sort of form a formation, in an attempt to be menacing and turn to the guy and say, you have this chance to surrender.
And he replies, "Oh, I believe it is you who has a chance to surrender.
Ah.
Oh,
Dun dun dun.
Dun.
But wait, I'm not done yet. This will really scare you. Ha ha! My scooter of doom.
oh no!
Wait, what is that?
That was. Hang on. It's a scooter.
It's a
It's just a scooter. It's just a photograph of a scooter.
It's a
Okay,
scooter.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Dude,
I was confused.
it's kind of hard to see because it's scrunched up, but it's a scooter with a sidecar with a recoilless rifle on it.
Oh, awesome.
Dang.
That apparently is badass.
I
It's appropriate for a guy with a stick in footy pajamas.
That's
I agree. Like, I think it takes a special kind of guy to be standing in a tomb, wearing footy pajamas with a stick, and being brazen enough to cut out a couple of guys like ourselves.
All right. Well, I'm not going to give him a chance to do anything else. As soon as he rejects my offer of surrender, which I was completely expecting him to do, I figured he would not accept the surrender. I'm going to just lean in and, or just charge in. I'm going to use my actually. I think This one is loyal to the House of Kashta because I'm. All of these people are traitors, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And with the captain of the mercenary guard, I'm going to direct the guards to either side, kind of indicate that I've got this guy, and just run up, ram him with my foot, just a flying kick, and try and kick him right into the fire.
Okay.
Yes.
Just, I mean, and it's right after he's trying to be. He says he's trying to be tough, and he says, "No, I think it's you who will surrender." And I mean, he barely finishes getting that line out before, bam, my foot's in his face.
No, it is you who will pull.
Just do it.
Very cool. Now, just so you know, a little bit of metagame here. This is the boss. So you're in the middle of the boss fight. You're going up against D12, D8, D8, D10.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
So he's going to be tough.
He's a tough one.
It's all right. I'm stoic, so.
And you've also got actually, okay. So excuse me for telling you how to play the character, but what just hit me is, like you just said, stoic. You have lots of luck left.
Oh yeah.
You want to get an extra D10, so you give him a chance to surrender. He's like, no, it will be you. And while he's doing it, you're just walking up like totally blank face. It will be you who, and then you just punch him right in the mouth.
Just like,
Shut up,
bam.
Get that extra D10.
I think I'm going to do that. I'll spend my luck to get an extra die because I don't care that he looks tough and that he's standing in a tomb by himself, and it doesn't bother me at all.
I'm just here to arrest you.
I'm here to find out what's going on, and
I'm here to kick some ass and chew some bubble gum. I'm all out of bubble gum.
We're going to kick ass and chew gum, and gum hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So let's see. So that's
3d10, 2d. Oh, 3d10, 1d8, 1d6 because of the Kashta.
Plus d8 plus d6. All right. Okay.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Got that 3.
And again, you can also.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'll spend another luck and re-roll that 3. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Dude!
Holy crap!
Kind of worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, cool.
Okay. So let me just note what you've got. D10. 5, 5, 9, and 10. Not bad. 4 and D6, 2. Okay. And he's rolling. Oh, dude.
Oh
Oh,
no!
fuck.
Oh crap!
Jesus.
Oh, that is bad
Wow.
news, Bears.
Really?
Oh.
Come on. All right.
That happened. Wow. Okay. So. All right. So
Oh,
for initiative 12.
12.
dang!
Okay. That's fine. Oh no, it's not. That stinks. Okay.
Yeah, that actually sucks really bad.
That's lame. No, I'll spend my 9 on the D10 and the D8 to make 13.
Okay. And for for success, it's going to be 21. Well, actually, it's going to be 24.
24.
Oh
Oh wait,
dang!
so what's he holding back? The D12?
D10.
The D10? Okay.
Oh, sorry, 26. No. Yeah, 26. Sorry. Not
26.
hard. Numbers hard.
And he's holding back a D10. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so 12 and 11 and 3.
I've got 22 total. Is all I've got, and I want to hold back one of those D10s, so that gives me 19. So where does that put me?
Just so the good thing is, like nothing bad happens to you because you have initiative. You're the active character.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but so when you go in to punch him, he just actually ducks
He just
out of
moves.
the way. Yeah.
He was ready
And
for that.
there's you both hold a D10 back and they cancel each other out. So there's no condition either.
Okay.
So you survive like the most horrendous roll possible. Jesus.
Holy crap!
Wow.
That is the first time that one of us has not been able to get a success over on
Yeah.
an enemy.
Yeah.
It's a boss
This
fight.
is extremely unsettling.
Wait. You mean there's actually fights that are difficult?
Wait, we're not invincible? I don't understand.
It's terrible.
Suddenly I don't like this game anymore.
A terrible setback. I wasn't able to kick the boss into the fire on the first action.
This game sucks. I'm going home. So, we lost our viewer. I guess Brian, whatever, just wanted to be there to hear you say hi, and then he left.
No, good. I'm glad I said hi.
Now, for the monk, we've still got these two dudes that are closing in, or do you? So, do you want to just do this as a huge like melee where you and the mercenaries take them all on together?
Absolutely, sure. So there's a couple of these dudes,
Yeah.
and yeah, definitely. So I'll go ahead. Oh, and have have a luck for managing not to get pasted. like, like, damn.
Well, thank you.
and also because just like walking up and socking him in the face, like knowing that he's not going to surrender. Just like it was like the barest courtesy possible. just like the book says that I need to give him the opportunity. The book doesn't say anything about letting him follow up on it.
That's right. Oh, I gave him the opportunity.
Yes, so I'm going to be in. So both of these other assassins in their dark cloaks come at me from both sides, and let's see how how do I want to take care of these guys? Uh, I'm actually going to hold out my hands and go, wait, just a moment. And the mercenaries and even the two enemies sort of pause for a second. And I say, now, do we think the odds are really fair here? I mean, there's only two of you, and there's one of me, and I think that you are sorely outmatched. And of course, they are incredibly insulted by this, and so they charge in, and that is when I hop off the ground, plant both feet behind me on the wall, and force myself and jump forward off the wall, allowing them to careen into each other, into a tidy, tangled mess of limbs that the two mercenaries can then set upon.
That was great. Yeah, definitely have a luck for that.
Well, why, thank you.
You're jumping right out of the way and so they smash into each other. That's a classic move.
So let's see. I'm looking at Deadly Clown.
Yep.
And let's see. I guess I didn't really bring either of my elements into this, did I? Now that I'm looking at them, because I have Lightning Fists and Father Confessor. So let's see if I can figure out a way to at least bring bring one of those to bear. I'm sort of stumped, actually. Now that I've got the scene laid out, is this one of those situations where
Dude, you do not watch enough Chinese martial arts movies. You know how you say you're going to jump out of the way?
Yeah.
You drop down, like you fall towards the floor, and you punch the floor, and that lifts you up above them, and then they crash together.
Yes, fantastic. I love it.
Wow.
That is some wire food craziness.
Yeah, I've seen that in a movie. Like that's how he jumps. He falls forward, punches the floor, and launches.
I love it. I will absolutely take that.
That sounds great.
So I will go ahead and add in my Lightning Fists. So Deadly Clown, Lightning Fists, and then Social I was aiming for.
Yep.
And then looking death in the face and laughing at it. And then is it just 1d8 for the two mercenaries?
Together they would actually provide you with a D10, the two of them together.
Okay, so they add up.
Yep.
Fantastic. All right. So then I will go ahead and roll my 2d8 exploding plus my 3d10 exploding. We'll see how those shake out.
A lot of nice numbers, but nothing exploded.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, you know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to spend a luck.
Sure.
And see if I can reroll that 5. Since I have an abundance of luck at the moment.
Well, better.
Oh, okay. That's a moderate improvement. I can live with that. All right. So we've got 4
7s and an 8.
Yeah, I have so many 7s.
If this were poker, you'd be totally winning.
Yeah, I would be doing incredible.
Oh, gee.
So,
Okay, not that bad.
He got 3 4s, so that's actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
His 4 7s beat my 3 4s, though. Okay, so for initiative, we'll go with 8.
with 8. All right. Oh, you bastard. All right. To an initiative, I will spend the 2d8s, my 2d8s with 7s
Yep.
to vastly overshoot the
Yes,
initiative.
but that's okay because the success is 12.
All right. Well, I will absolutely use the 7 and the 8 on the d10s, or one of the 7s on the d10s to do 15.
Perfect. So that's one success. There's 2 of them. You are going to need 2 successes, but you do still get a D2. They held back a D8. You held back a D10, so you have a D2 condition.
Gotcha. So D2 is furious because I just mocked them openly.
Nick Furious. Okay. So back to the boss fight. So now that you've seen his moves, he's actually pretty quick.
He is pretty quick. That's okay. I'm stoic, and I'm just going to continue to with my original plan, and say, because I'm dedicated to those I lead, and I see that this guy is dangerous. I'm going to let them continue in the fight over there, and attempt to take down this guy myself, or at least keep him distracted by myself for as long as I can. So I will continue to fight alone, and in my stoicism, just the same type of thing that I was doing before. I started with a punch. I'm going to keep punching him,
Okay.
Well, it's the
leaving
Superman
my
approach.
potentially better weapons behind, or at least to the side for now. Continue to try to just punch him, and let's see, what else can I do? What else can I bring in here? Uh, I'm I'm the captain of the guard, right? So I'm going to bring some of my captainy air to bear on this guy, and the last time I was telling him how he could surrender, and then interrupting his rebuttal, and I'm going to continue along with that line, and just say, is this really the kind of thing that you uh, that you wanted to that you wanted to do? You're mercenaries in the service of a traitor, and um, all this time I'm really just kind of hammering on him with my fists, just big clubs, uh, and just berating him for being a traitor, I guess, in my
Cool.
most captainy voice.
Yep. Using your power of command.
Yes, as best as I can.
Excellent.
Just a traitor and a coward. And
A traitor and a coward. And you know what? I'm gonna spend a luck here,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and also bring in my loyal to the House of Kashta with that.
Okay. Yep. So 2d8, 2d10, 2d8, d6.
and I'm thinking maybe the trick with this guy is to start stacking conditions on him.
Yeah.
So that
Probably
those
good.
those big nasty dice are moderately less nasty.
I think that's a good plan. I'll shoot for that this time. Eee.
Oh. You still have 3 luck if you want to re-roll any of those.
I guess I'll re-roll that 3 on the D10.
Okay. That's
So
better.
7. Yeah.
Okay, so boom.
As long as he doesn't go crazy again.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's better. That's a lot better. Yeah. Okay. Not so bad. So, actually, yeah, this is going to work out well for you. The initiative is going to be, wow, I guess it's going to be 4?
4.
Yeah,
All right, I'll beat that with a 6 on my
yep.
D8.
And then the, yeah, so the success is going to be 12.
12. Great. And he's going to hold back a
D8.
D8. Okay. Sweet. So I can beat that success
Yep,
with a 13.
yep.
Or no, wait, 7 and 4 is 11. Yeah, 13.
13, yep.
Um, and hold back a D10
And I'll give you
to put a
D2 condition on him.
D2 condition. Uh, and the I'm gonna put the D2 condition is he's somewhat his low morale. This is what I'm gonna put on there because I'm just berating him.
Yep. So low morale. All right. Awesome. So back to the monk and the 2 mercs against. Oh, and actually, at about this time is when. Do. And out of the darkness. Whoop. So they just came out of that area.
Oh dear.
Okay, so Monkey Monk.
Oh, we have more creatures, more guys skulking out of the darkness.
Yep.
All right. So these two guys that I'm up against, I need one more success against them, right?
Right. Yep.
All right. So one of them is engaged with one of the mercenaries,
Okay.
is fighting them, and they are behind me, and I am ducking and weaving the way out of swipes from the other assassin's sword. I have my eyes closed and the palms of my hands pressed together as it's just back forth under hop hop a low blow,
Yep.
and I'm going to go a little bit out there, and I'm going to say to him, and I'm going to sort of turn slightly, still dodging the sword. I'm going to say to the other assassin, "Do you know what happens to a traitor who's struck by lightning?" And then I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to draw back, and I'm going to grab the other man's sword hand and stop it in its tracks, and I draw back my right fist, and suddenly lightning fist becomes very literal. And
Cool.
I slam my fist into the assassin, and lightning arcs out of him, and I let him fall backwards, smoke rising from him, and I turn back to the assassin behind me, and I say, "Exactly that."
Okay, I have a luck for your one-liner.
Yes.
I love the one-liners. That's great.
I tried to improve on Halle Berry somewhat.
That's not hard, dude.
That's very true. All right.
Don't set yourself such a low bar.
All right. Deadly Cloud, Lightning Fists,
Yep.
uh, my social,
Yep.
and looking death in the face and laughing at it, and then I get my D10 from
The
my
board.
mercenary buddies.
Yep.
Yep. And what was the what did I put on them
D2.
for enrage? D2.
Yep.
Excellent. All right.
So it's either
Nice.
gonna explode or I'm gonna have to buy it.
Yes. All of a sudden, I really like D2s.
Yeah.
Actually, we're both.
I'm a big
Exactly.
I'm a big fan of these D2s. 3D10 and my 2D8. So let's see what happens. Oh! Holy crap!
Jeez.
Dang!
The best D2 ever.
Holy crap! All right, that is bananas. That is exploding all over the place. Okay,
And I get to buy one. Yay.
and you get to buy one. So I have 4D2 showing a 2, and then I have a D2 showing a 1, and then I have an 8 and a 6 and a 10 on that then exploded into a 2. And
Wow.
then 4s on both of my D8s.
Yeah. Not bad.
So-
Now
So I'm feeling pretty good about this.
you got a fair amount of luck. You can re-roll that 2 on the D10.
Oh, that's true. I can. I do have a good chunk of luck. So yes, I will go ahead and reroll the 2 on that D10.
Well, it's an improvement. It's not much of an improvement.
You know what? Why not? Another one.
Okay.
I'll still have 4. I'll still have 4 left.
Yep.
I haven't needed to use a lot of luck so far.
No. That's better.
Okay. Okay, there we go. So that's a D6. So that's a 6.
Yep.
Sweet. All right.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, jeez.
You're doing okay.
Oh, man. So this is what annihilation looks like.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. That.
I don't think I've ever experienced such a combination of me rolling so well and the bad guys rolling so poorly.
So, 2 for initiative.
All right. I will spend the D2 with a 1, and one of my 4 D2s that are showing a 2.
Cool.
You get
And
3.
then for success, 3.
Oh man.
Now let's just see. Holding back one, you didn't need to re-roll that D10 because you're just holding it back anyways. I didn't even think about that. But anyways,
That's true.
so let's see what you've got. You've got 6, 10, 14, 20, 28, 38.
Jeez.
Awesome.
All right.
We should trade, and you can do the boss.
All right.
Okay, so with that, that's basically 5 successes.
Jeez.
So the lightning from the fist, like, not only goes through one guy, it bounces off the wall, goes through another guy, goes careening through the room and takes out the other 2 on the other side.
Yes.
That is a lightning fist.
Oh man.
That's awesome.
And actually, everybody just stops. Like, the whole place, the other mercenaries, the big bad, everyone's just like standing like, What the fuck?
Did that just happen, you
The
guys?
mercenaries just start doing a slow clap.
It's just like.
And then the Spartan and the big bad both look at each other. And the big bad's kind of shocked. The Spartan's like, "That's you next, buddy." All right. So, yeah. Then that happened. Okay.
That was a thing that happened.
There are burn marks and ash everywhere.
I've just scorched the living hell out of the inside of this temple.
And I can just imagine the monk kind of looking down his hand going, wow, I can do that?
Just like, it's like, wow.
All right, so I'm back to the boss fight.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to use that. I'm gonna pull out my dedication and just throw at the bad guy, because we both just stopped and saw this and be like, yeah, you thought I was the one you had to worry about. I'm just the warm up, and start to fight in earnest, I suppose. Bring out the real weapon, so my shield and my spear, and start kind of doing the old 1-2 punch. While he's still looking around, kind of dazed by this lightning, perhaps even a little blinded from an indoor lightning flash so close to him. I'm going to kind of bash him in the head with my shield and sweep my spear across to take his legs out from under him, and then pin him up against the altar that's here after he falls, so that he has no room to escape.
Cool.
And then, using my captain of the mercenary guard, call everyone over as though they had anything else to do, and say, come. Let's see. We can't let this one escape. We can't let him escape. Hurry to my side. To me, soldiers.
To me, my mercenaries.
My mercenaries.
They're like, is he going to shoot lightning out of his spear? He might. You might want to step.
You never know.
Back. I didn't know they could do that shit. All right. So, so that's 2d10, 2d8.
All right.
You got dedicated to those elites. Yep. You still have 2 luck if you want to use those.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw in Loyal to the House of Kashta again. That's an easy one to put in here because...
Oh! Now, again, I don't want to play the character for you, but okay. I would never waste luck on a d6.
Oh, okay. I see. Well,
now,
so let's see.
Basically,
I can also put Stoic in that this surprise lightning flash simply doesn't surprise me at all, and I'm able to use everyone else's, in particular this guy's startlement, to my advantage.
He's like, he looks at his 2 guys that just got toasted, looks back at you, and the Spartan is still like totally deadpan. I told you to surrender.
just like, yeah, that happens every once in a while.
Sometimes we try to arrest
everyone dies from lightning. That's happening.
Yeah, that happens. So, would you like to surrender? Very cool. So that'll add another d10 then.
All right. Nah. All right. Let's spend. I'm at 2 luck, I think.
You're at. Yeah, you got 2 now.
I'm at 2 now. All right. So I'm gonna spend one of those and re-roll one of those 3s.
Okay.
Okay. That's better.
Marginally better. Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, and also you're going to get 1 luck back promptly because I love the just like barely acknowledging the indoor electrical storm that just
Yeah,
happened.
that's fine.
Just like, no, yeah, that's a thing. Oh.
What? You can't do that? Okay, so. Oh, and your D2 for low morale, which
Oh yeah,
he
and my
definitely has
D2.
now.
Oh, see, I really wanted it to explode because I would have had the 1 through 7 straight, which would have been pretty sweet.
And you just buy another D2.
Ah.
Okay. And boom. Not as terrifying as last time.
Yeah, not as bad. Okay. This is survivable again. I just need my lightning monk friend to come over here
Light this guy up.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So 6 for yeah, well, actually 15 for initiative. No,
15.
actually no, he can't do that. He can't do that. It's going to have to be 9 for initiative.
Well, you can't. Why can't he do 15?
He only has 4 dice. He needs 2 for success. So 1 for initiative, 2 for success, 1 for effect.
Oh, okay.
So if you have an extra die, you can add it into things like initiative to make initiative higher. But if you're just rolling 4 die, you just got to go with your highest, like you 1 die. So
I see. Okay.
he's going to go with 9.
9 is the initiative. So let's see. I will put my 4 on the D10 and 7 on the D8 to get 11.
Or just
Wait,
6.
yeah. Yeah, so 4 and the 6 to get 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need 11.
And then the success is going to be 16.
All right, I have 13.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is, okay, so you got initiative. He was startled and everything, but he kind of backs away as you're going up against him. The good thing is, because he threw everything into this, he was left back with a D8, and you have a D10. So you can add another D2, or you can up your D2 to a D4.
Let's do that.
D4?
Yeah, let's do that. D4
Okay.
of low morale.
Yep. Very cool. Okay. So now, here's the thing. There's nobody else to fight. There's just the boss, right?
Mhm.
You've got a bunch of people backing you up. When you're piling on to a guy, one of you acts as the basically the main character, and everyone else adds their dice to it. So it comes down to kind of a choice between the Spartan taking the lead or the monk taking the lead.
I'm going to defer to the guy who just took down everyone else.
All right. That sounds like good times to me. So
And to be honest, I think that allows you to add in. So everyone else is throwing in a die. Now the 2 mercenaries have their D8s, which are combined to a D10, but the Spartan also provides a die. And just based on the strategy of saying, listen, the guy who just threw lightning out of his hands, take the lead. I think that throws into either dedicated to those he leads or perfect soldier. So I think you're going to be able to provide a D10.
Okay, cool.
And then, so, lightning fist.
all right.
Let's see if lightning can strike twice.
Let's find out. So I'm going to run up. Spartan, do you have your shield out?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. Because I'm going to, and we have done this before. You've seen me out the
Naturally.
corner of your eye, and yes, and you drop down, and I take a leap off of your shield and over the head of our shared foe, and I land on the altar behind him. And
Excellent.
I turn around and I sort of work the fingers of my hands and sort of curl them back into fists and sort of lightning sparks around them. And I say to him, now you must understand that any fable, any story that you could possibly recall suggests that there's no way this will end well for you. So why don't you set your weapon down and we will talk through this like reasonable men, as reasonable as we can be in the city of the dead in the middle of the night.
Cool.
So I was looking for kind philosopher.
Yep.
And I guess that was a weird and my lightning fists, which I used
Yep.
threateningly.
Yep.
Let's see, social D10.
Yep.
Let's see, the joke that I made was really mild there at the end.
Good. It's a joke, though.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's my D8 for empowered by looking death in the face. And
You've got a bonus D10 from the mercenaries. You've got a bonus D4 from the big bad's poor morale.
right.
And a bonus D10 from me.
Now you can either have him roll that or you can roll that. It's up to you.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
will roll it because
Yes, I was
of my
about to-
superior powers of rolling.
I was about to say, you please have at.
All right, let's see.
Two.
I'm gonna pay a luck, and we're gonna re-roll that.
Well, it's I mean Brian still has luck, so he can re-roll.
Okay.
his own luck.
Yeah, I'll do. I will spend
Oh,
the luck
okay.
to re-roll that. This is not serving those that I lead. Yeah,
That's
there we
better.
go.
Oh, all right. I can get behind that. All right, and so for me, I have my 3d10 plus my 2d8
Mm-hmm.
plus my d4,
Right. They all explode.
and they all explode. Hopefully.
Look at all those dice. Jesus.
Damn, that is a lot of dice. All right. Oh, okay. So that's a 1 on the d4. Let's see. I'm probably going to be holding back that d10, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then I have.
Well, I do want to give you a luck for that shield maneuver too,
Oh, thank you.
because I mean we practiced that a lot, but I'm happy to see it in the.
So it's 2. A 2, a 5, and an 8. And then I have a 5 and a 6. And I'm trying to think if I'm wondering if it's worth it to try to re-roll that D4. I think I'll go ahead and do that since I have luck to toss around.
for sure.
And who knows? Maybe something interesting will happen.
There you go.
Oh, dang. All right. Something remarkably interesting happened.
There you are.
Sweet.
That's looking pretty good. Okay, so here we go. Oh, wait. I said, here we go. Okay. Wait, that. Oh, I see. I did wrong. Okay. Damn it. Put it in the wrong place. Hang on. Copy, paste. No, that didn't work.
You just push up, it'll show you the last thing that you did.
Oh, nice. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Oh, nice D12 on you.
Oh,
Wow.
All right.
that's,
Interesting.
So do you get to spend the threat pool or anything like that? I mean,
I haven't yet. I'm going to throw in the
Okay.
2D2 that I have. Because I can't use the D10 that you so kindly somebody gave me. The last or the one before, but I probably don't want to reel. I probably want to roll. There we go. No!
oh, dang.
Well, still, it doesn't really help them a lot. So, yeah, the initiative is going to be 6.
All right, so initiative is going to be 6. So I'm going to take the D8 with a 5.
Yep.
And the D4, let's see.
D4 with the 2.
Yeah, the D4 with the 2.
Yep, perfect. And the success is going to be 12.
All right, so the success is going to be 12. So let's look at the 5 and the 8 on the D10. Or actually,
If you're holding back the 2, you've got 27. Because don't forget about Brian's D10 with the 8.
that's right.
So that's 16, 21, 27.
16, 21.
Oh, and then the
Let's
4
see.
on the D4.
And then I have the 4.
Yeah.
So that brings me up to
31.
what? 31?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll drop that on him.
So boom, those are 2 successes. And he held back a D12. You held back a D10, so he actually gets to put a condition on you.
Ooh.
So you have the D2 of unsuspecting. Because for a moment, he seems to consider his shoulders kind of slump. He looks down as if he's about to surrender. But then, just as you are thinking, did I actually talk him into surrender? He goes and takes a swing at you.
Oh, nice.
So another round of combat.
All right. Let's see here. Well, we've tried being nice. That's clearly not going to get us very far. So now we get to play hardball.
And that ball, she be hard.
Yes, and also potentially crackling with pseudo magical energies. So he takes a swing at me, and I duck underneath it, and I now this fire on this altar is this like like a large like brazen bowl full of coals,
It's
or
I mean, it was supposed to be torches, but if you want it to be a brazier full of coals, it's a brazier full of coals.
All right. I would like it to be a brazier full of coals,
Very
and
nice.
I and as I sidestep the sword, I pop one foot straight up and tip the coals over onto him.
Nice.
I
Uh,
think that the rest of us in the mercenary guard, having practiced this maneuver as well, are going to raise our shields against the coals.
it's just you just saw that coming. You're just like,
We saw that one coming.
there's a brazier full of coals. We know exactly what's going to happen next.
When you're around the monk long enough, you get to predict these things.
and then as he is slashing at me again, trying to bat away the burning embers falling around him,
Hmm.
I'm just going to catch the tip of his sword with my finger and run a pulse of lightning down it.
Okay.
Just not particularly painful, but just enough to annoy him. And then I'm going to flip back off of the altar so I'm on the opposite side from him, and I'm going to smile and make the strike the classic martial arts pose, and then the one Neo hand out, and then the gesture forward with the fingers,
Beckon him forward.
the beckon.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm looking at Deadly Clown, uh,
Yep.
Lightning Fists.
Absolutely.
Uh, let's see. This wasn't really social. This was definitely more physical.
Okay.
And then looking death in the face and laughing at it.
Yep. You also get bonus D10, bonus D4.
Yep. Because you get what is that D4? What is his condition, by the way?
Low morale.
Low morale. Gotcha. All right. So low morale, and the Spartan is offering is also bringing something to the table.
Am I still bringing a D10? 'Cause I'm still
If you want, yep.
backing up with dedicated to those he leads,
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
or possibly captain of the mercenary guard with everybody bringing up their shields.
Yep.
Nice.
That too. Yes. Exactly. Shields
Yes. You know what he's gonna do? Shields up.
up. Oh God, the
All right,
cold.
let's see how I do
Shields
this
up.
one.
Here we go again. Oh no.
I'm really glad that brazier wasn't filled with oil.
Oh jeez. That would have been really bad.
All
Oh,
right.
wow.
I have one more luck, right? I'm gonna spend that last luck
Oh,
not to have a 2.
Dude.
oh man. Oh
I'm the
no.
least helpful captain there ever was.
Well, that's the D10 you're holding back. There
Yeah,
you
yeah, that's absolutely a D10 that I'm going to hold back.
So you can spend all the dice that you roll knowing there's a D10 that's waiting for you.
Absolutely. Waiting for me, warm and comfortable at home.
That's right. You also only need one more success.
Oh, really? Because I haven't been keeping track.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody has.
Kind of my job.
All right, so I have my
This fight just
3D10.
never ends.
It just seems to be going. It ad infinitum. I don't know. All right. So let's my 3D10, my 2D8, and the let's see,
3d10, 2d8, 1d4.
1D4 and Oh, wait a second. Because one of these, a D8 for Deadly Clown, D10 for Lightning Fists, and then my D6 for Physical, my D8 for Looking Death in the Face and Laughing at it,
And bonus D10 for the mercenaries.
and the bonus D10 for the Mercenaries. Right. All right. And then the D4 for his
low morale.
for his low morale. Because we are mowing through his dudes like nobody's business. So let's see what happens here.
Whoa.
Oh, dang. All right. You toss a... Wait, did I have... Dang. All right. So that's a 10, a 7,
Yeah.
a 3. Let's see. And then 3 on the D8. 3 on, or a 6 on a D8. Again, I have my actual physical dice that I'm actually using to arrange. Like so I have a visual on what I've got to spend. All right.
Okay. Cool. All right.
So I invite the assassin to do his worst.
Oh, those D2s.
Oh, dang.
Oh wow. Hey, sorry, I'm gonna step out for just
Yep,
a minute.
absolutely.
I'll be right back. Keep going. My daughter just woke up, so
I heard her. Yep.
I'll be
No
back
worries.
in 1 second.
Wow. Okay. All right. So for initiative 9.
All right. 9 for initiative. So I'm going to look at taking the D10 with a 10
Yep.
to win initiative.
And then 22 for success.
22. Okay, so that's
Remember, you can. So if we spend all these dice, 10, 13,
10,
19, 23,
25.
24. 25. Boom. Boom.
25. Boom.
That's the last success that you needed.
Woo!
And he is down.
The,
And
the falling coals were just a little too much for him.
it lit his cloak on fire. And you can actually increase his low morale to D6 or add a D2 to it. Give him another D2 condition.
I will gladly increase his. Let's see. Because what was he holding back for the?
He was only holding back a D8, and you were holding back a D10.
Okay, gotcha. So that effectively gives me a D2.
Yep.
Can I use that to boost the?
You can boost his low morale to D6.
Okay. All right. Yes, absolutely. That's right. Because it's a D4 and a die one step down.
Yep.
Yes, I will boost his low morale to D6.
Excellent.
He is thoroughly demoralized.
Oh, he's quite demoralized. Cool.
All right, I'm back to see the demoralized.
He's out.
bad
He's
guy.
done. You have
Oh,
succeeded.
he's done.
Yes.
Awesome. Way to go.
Woo! We're
Defeated
awesome.
and thoroughly demoralized.
So you have captured Senamut, the leader of the judges of Amit,
Yes.
and removed a threat to the House of Kashta. Just in time.
Yeah.
Very cool, guys. That was that.
Awesome.
That was good times.
Great. Another good game.
Yeah.
I'm
These
glad
are really fun.
I'm glad I recorded it because I think I'm going to be probably rerunning the Kickstarter at some point, and I think we have some really good sound bites here that we can use, like just take a 1 minute or 2 minute to show how you describe combat. So I think Lightning Fist might work for that.
Yes.
I think that's a good one. Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll work out good. Got some good sound bites again in this one. So excellent.
Right.
I'm going to turn off the broadcast. I'm not going to hang up yet, though. Just so
Sweet.
if I don't think there's anyone listening or viewing, but so ends the adventure.